1/8 of Americans are living on EBT, yet a majority of them are young adults who are spending most of their cash on fast food and convenience meals, completely ignoring the fact that they could work to provide for themselves rather than relying on taxpayer support. These benefits were intended to help people in true need, yet what we see in these videos is a culture of dependence where convenience and instant gratification take priority over responsibility and long-term planning. Instead of using the opportunity to stabilize their lives, many are choosing to scroll on social media, post content, and complain about their circumstances while ignoring the fact that they could earn money and feed themselves and their families in a more sustainable way. It's alarming because these choices not only impact the individual but also the entire system, as more abuse leads to stricter regulations and reduced assistance for those who genuinely need help. When people choose fast food over cooking at home, over unnecessary treats, and over investing in their future, they reinforce a cycle that hurts everyone involved, from taxpayers to those in need of actual support. The excuse that they cannot find work or lack support in their lives falls flat when they clearly have the time, energy, and resources to maintain a social media presence and indulge in non-essential items, while the core problem, finding a job, managing a budget, and making responsible choices, remains unaddressed. In reality, the system was designed to provide temporary relief, yet many are treating it as a long-term crutch, undermining the principles of self-reliance, hard work, and accountability. It's a wake-up call to recognize that benefits are not an entitlement, but a support mechanism, and abusing them only perpetuates financial irresponsibility. Check out some of these videos.
So apparently there's this thing called No Stamp November, honey. Have you heard of this? Where the government has shut down. Apparently they are not going to give 41 million Americans their food stamp.
Got the letter telling us why our food benefits were not fucking approved. Basically, it's saying that we had failed to provide requested information by the due date. Specifically, we did not provide verification of business income and our expenses. My husband and I sat for hours filling out a whole year's worth of a self-employment worksheet. We have to figure out every day how much we made, add up and subtract and do all this between our tips and our fucking base pay. We sat there and did that for fucking hours. Mind you, we just did that 3 months ago to apply for this, which is hella fucking worth it. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying we did it, bitch. Ugh. And this time we go in, right? This past time we go in to give them our recertification, like all of our shit, you know what I'm talking about. A landlord fill out this fucking other paper or whatever, like specifying how much we pay for our apartment. And so we did that, took all that shit in, and then the lady was like, yeah, so sorry we put you through doing all of that, like the worksheet thing. We actually need, like, you know, hard proof of like your pay stubs or whatever. So we go on Shipt on our app or whatever, try to figure out how we can get them like a pay stub type shit, figure it out, and then she's like, you can send them all to me and I'll get them uploaded for you. Okay, I sat through screaming ass fucking kids because she said if I get them in that day, mind you, it's like 11:30. She wants them in by 5 o'clock. We have to work, like we have fucking orders stacked the fuck up. Kids screaming. We're like, what the fuck? We just did all that for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Apparently she didn't upload the documents, which I can't be mad at her or whatever, but like it's just what she said she was gonna fucking do. Now, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know if we like, it says, you can write a fair hearing. So I gotta go to court for food stamps? Can I just like reapply or some shit? I don't know. And then we tried to go in yesterday. Like we were like, oh, we have some time. Let's just go in. Like someone mentioned, like it's gonna be quicker for you to go in than wait on a letter. So I'm like, okay, so we pack up the fucking kids while we have a second yesterday AM. We go there and it's fucking Saturday. Duh! Why the fuck did we think that it's close? I know we said we were going to be on this for a short amount of time, but honestly, we need it for longer so we can get out of the predicament we're in. We were just in a fucking car crash, and our car has 200,000 miles on it any fucking way. It's time for a new car. And then at that, we're thankful and grateful and everything, but we're not happy where we're at. I mean, we're happy, but I don't know how to explain it. It's just not where we want to be in life. So we're trying to like get out of the studio apartment and get into something bigger. And you guys know our plans. And this is like, oh my God. And then like WIC is cut off and I think I missed a fucking appointment or some shit. I don't know. That's the reason we don't have food stamps anymore. But someone was so fucking kind, bro. And yesterday they messaged me with me or whatever and literally ordered us a whole Walmart order. So I have to get my ass on the fucking road, go do these couple orders so I can get back so we can go pick up this fucking order because people are so goddamn nice. So fucking nice. That's my my little rant for the day. But as always, we're okay. We have a beautiful community and family on this fucking app, truly. Like, I'm so for real. When I come on your event, I never expect like you guys to come through and like fix our problems or anything like that. I'm literally just bringing you guys through our life and what we go through. And then also I feel comfortable venting to y'all are like my people, and like y'all make me feel comfortable, so I just vent. I vent to vent. Y'all are like, we're locked in, baby. Way, I love y'all. Have a good day.
Y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with carts and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you want motherfuckers start looting, oh, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card. As soon as that bitch say, ain't no pending balance on there, I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm going to have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard, you going to think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch ass.
Well, let me say something, hun. You're going to jail. Not only are you going to jail now for stealing something most likely is going to be over $500, so now you have a felony, but also now you're threatening to put your hands on someone who is just doing their job, right? So you'll be going to jail. Your children will probably be given to the state so they won't have to worry about eating. If you want to play silly games, silly things happen. Stealing is okay as long as you're getting food for your children, right? Anybody who has this mindset is what's wrong with our community. It is not okay to steal. It is not okay to put your hands on someone who is doing their job. So you're going to jail, and anyone else who thinks like this and does this is going to jail. There are people who are out here who are worse than you or in a worse predicament, and they're choosing to handle it a different way, going to food banks, using whatever resources that they can. Just $75 can get you along as long as you're not buying the snacks. You're not buying the extra drinks. You're not buying this and that and that. If everything was to be cut off as of today, right? Let's just say they say, hey, look, we're never bringing back food stamps. What are you going to do? Are you just going to steal and go to jail, get your children taken away from you, put your children in the system? What would you do? If this was a third world country, what would you do? The mentality of I'm going to steal, rob, and beat up anybody who gets in my way is ridiculous. It should be simple as, okay, well, hey, look, there's a down moment. We're going to have to sacrifice the chips and the drinks and the eyelashes, the nails. We're going to have to sacrifice some things because it's a hard moment, right? We're not going to be able to do what we want and everything like that so that we can have food, so that my kids can have food. Peanut butter and jellies, noodles, whatever the case may be to get us by this moment. Because the government will open back up. But you think that a temporary moment means you need to do the drastics. You're willing to loot, steal, and beat up anybody who gets in your way. That is not okay. And that's not something you should stand for. At the end of the day, government assistance, not government entitlement. You are not entitled to what you were given. For you to even say you would put your children in a worse predicament by you going to jail for something that's temporary, go to a food bank, go get the resources that you can. But stealing and hurting someone else's child is not going to put you in a better predicament. If you don't have the money now to take care of your children and to feed your family, you won't have the money for the bills to pay for your lawyers that you're going to need if you put your hands or steal from a company, especially Walmart. Let's be real. So anything over $500, and I'm assuming you're in Illinois, right? Because you said link card, right? So anything over $500 is a felony. So not only will you get a felony, but if you put your hands on someone's child, you will get battery, most likely, aggravated assault, whatever the case may be. But that's not putting you and your children in a better predicament. And everybody who's in her comments saying, yeah, I'm going to do that too. Yeah, we looting, we stealing. We need to do this. Everybody on this app saying, yeah, they want us to loot. Trump wants this. No. So after all this food stamp debacle, there still will be no motherfucking food stamps. All this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Every day is some new shit with this shit. Originally, I reported on my last page about the food stamps possibly, maybe, allegedly being still distributed. But it was only going to be a percentage of your food stamps. It wasn't going to be the whole thing because they said that they had emergency funds to allocate for it. I find it mighty fucking funny that we have funds for war, but not funds to feed the poor. Let's clock that motherfucking tea. But anyway, bitch, I'm not gonna stop talking about it. I feel like they're trying to get us up out of here because we speaking the truth, but nah, fuck that. Yeah. So then they were saying that the judge ordered him to, you know what I'm saying, release the funds. And he said, oh, he not doing it until the government opened back up. And then they tried to go fight it back and forth, back and forth. Now, from what I just saw, the judge is now siding with Trump on this right here, saying that temporary funds could be released if the government reopens. Then I also found out that it's not the Democrats is having the government shut down. Do y'all know that orange motherfucker can reopen the government? I found that out too. They can reopen the government if they wanted to. He been going over the government this whole time. Why are you trying to point fingers? Y'all get what I'm saying? Follow me if you follow me.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about just a month ago, trolls was on here talking about, oh, Peach she don't need free food. She don't need this, she don't need that. And then come around this month, bitch, imagine the president shutting down the government and none of y'all hoes can get y'all food stamps. That's what y'all hoes get. See, the president want to show y'all hoes something. He want to show y'all. If Peach McIntyre can take care of 9 children with no food stamps and no government assistance, y'all can too. So don't get on here making status of talking about the government cutting off food stamps because y'all felt like Peach McIntyre can do it without it. Why y'all can't do it without it? And people like me who only have 2 children and didn't get the food stamps, we don't give a fuck. Cut them off. Don't get them hoes nothing. Y'all hoes get out here and get your credit together and learn how to buy you some food off your credit card, bitch, because that's what I had to do. I had to do that. And since y'all want to get up here and applaud Peach McIntyre for bragging how she don't need government assistance no more, then none of y'all don't need it. Cut it off. Cut everything off. Cut it off, Trump. Let it stay off. Let some of these big mouth hoes go out there and work on their job and buy their food out of pocket like Peach McIntyre. Peach McIntyre showed you if you leave TikTok, she can survive. And the rest on can too, bitch. I'm trying to survive off TikTok too. Cut the food stamps off. Y'all ain't give me none. And y'all ain't give a lot of other people none. Stop these hoes with these 9, 10, 11 children around here getting food stamps, getting on here, acting like they bigger than the program. Not getting it off the muscle. Let me see you do it.
Okay, y'all, let's clear this up one time for my post about the food stamps. I'm going to give you 3 points. Number 1, everyone that's already on food stamps have to reapply every 12 months. Sometimes it's every 6 months. So Trump telling every person that they have to reapply is just being redundant and creating a bigger workload for the DHS workers that already seem to be overwhelmed. So if someone just did a recertification for SNAP in November, and let's say January, Trump says, okay, now is the time that everyone has to reapply. What changed from November to January? Except more work for the caseworker. Nothing's going to change. You're going to be given the same information. It does not make sense for everyone that's already on to reapply. Do we really think that Trump knows what the application process currently is? Number 2, y'all love to cry about your tax dollars, especially when it comes to feeding Americans. But we go radio silent when billions and billions and billions of tax dollars are sent to other countries with no problem. Each year, we send $8.6 billion to Israel. Israel has universal health care for all. They have free education for all, including higher education, old age pensions, disability pensions, income support for those unable to support themselves. We just approved $40 billion for Argentina. They have universal child grant programs and they have maternity protections, and they're working towards universal health care for all, even though it's kind of shaky because their leader doesn't know what to do with money, and our leader decided to give them $40 billion to fix what he already messed up with their own money. And Ukraine, we've given Ukraine about 175 billion since the start of this war with Russia. That's military, humanitarian, and economic. The U.S. alone is writing checks bigger than the whole federal agency's budgets, but no one bats an eye. But somehow, feeding Americans is the problem. Feeding Americans is where we draw the line. We send money to Egypt, Pakistan, Jordan, Taiwan, Europe, and all of those countries take better care of their citizens than the United States. Just look at our veterans. And number 3, everyone that's receiving food stamps is not lazy and are not sitting home waiting for $150 a month for food stamps. Do you know what $150 gets you in the market? Or are you letting Trump tell you that the prices in the market are going down? Because I spend cash in the market and I can tell you that the prices are not going down. If anything, the prices are going up. So that $150 that you all are so angry about someone getting, wow. Billions going somewhere else. Wow. A lot of people that are on SNAP work part-time, they work full-time, or they might work multiple jobs. Even the USDA says that the fraud rate for SNAP is less than 1%. People are struggling because wages are not going up, but corporations are still raising prices. Of course, I know a lot of people are going to say that is undocumented immigrants or illegal aliens, y'all like to call them. But when you, at least in the state of Maryland, when you apply for SNAP benefits, you have to provide a social security card, you have to provide birth certificate, proof of residence. It's a whole plethora of things that you have to go through to get those little bit of food stamps. You either have to be employed, seeking employment, or in a training program. And if you have school-age kids, they have to be enrolled in school. So where y'all getting this idea that so many undocumented immigrants are receiving SNAP? Where's the proof? Where's the data? Because I found nothing that can justify where they're getting from that so many illegal aliens are receiving these benefits. For the person that has in the comment, she has the meme of the breakdown of ethnicity of who receives SNAP benefits, and for some reason her chart has everyone receiving more SNAP benefits than white people, when the reality is, everyone knows 37% of SNAP recipients are white, followed by blacks at 26%, followed by Hispanics at 4%, Native Americans at 1 to 2%. So your little meme from that illegitimate source, fact check before you post, boo. I just say all this to say, if you don't like poor people, just say you don't like poor people. But I'm just talking.
Everybody got to reapply. That's what Trump said when it comes to SNAP. Everybody got to reapply. How do you fix a broken system? You start the fuck over. Trump do a lot of things I consider questionable. Y'all see it. We all see it. But I kind of agree with this. Let's hey, you know what? Everybody get in line again. We're going to start this whole food stamp situation over. Because we got people getting them who shouldn't be getting them. We got people who need them who ain't getting them. We got people selling them. We got people buying them. And we don't know who the what is doing what. So stop, think about it. Everybody got to reapply. Let's get some new guidelines in place. And let's sort this malarkey out. Because right now there's a bunch of finger pointing going on. Everybody blaming everybody for what's going on. But the reality is there's 42 million folks. And we don't know if it should be 50 million or we don't know if it should be 30. But we going to make them all reapply. And this is going to be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, reapplying ain't gonna bother you. But if you've been on some bullshit, you might fuck around and get you a case. This is gonna be interesting, man. Y'all make sure you follow for more content like this.
Bitch, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get up out of here. I gotta get up early in the morning, but I just had to come by and say this. So I see that food stamps on all social media platforms is all over the place. And I seen a lot of fucking videos where a lot of women saying, that's what the fuck you get. Get up and get a job. Find your baby daddy. We tried to tell you, and y'all did ass the fuck wrong. It's a lot of motherfucking women and men out here that work hard every motherfucking day to take care of their family, but what they getting ain't enough. Because, and let me tell you why it ain't enough. Bitch, if the government say it ain't enough, it ain't a motherfucking enough. Time 10 for them to even be getting them. Everybody who get food stamps ain't laying on their ass every motherfucking day waiting on a motherfucking handout, bitch. Bitches. Some people really is working their ass off and it ain't enough. Like me, for motherfucking instance, bitch, I wish they would give me some motherfucking stamps. And I'm a truck driver, a decorator, a TikToker, a hairstylist, and everything else that I can motherfucking be when it comes to a goddamn dime. Do you hear me? And it still ain't a motherfucking enough. What I wouldn't do to get me some motherfucking food stamps. So if these people working a motherfucking job and the government is saying that, oh, you don't make enough, I'm going to give you some stamps to help you out, then that shit is bad time motherfucking 10. Everybody ain't sitting around waiting on a motherfucker to get them nothing. And for y'all to be goddamn thinking it's funny and shit, that shit ain't motherfucking funny. That shit ain't goddamn cool. But it be you want to be uppity ass bitches walking around her like y'all don't need no motherfucking assistance. Bitch, we all do. Let me tell you why. The more money you make, the more bills you got to pay, the more problems you motherfucking got. At the end of the day, I wouldn't give a fuck if you was an RN, bitch. You living in an RN house that ain't cheap. You driving an RN car that ain't motherfucking cheap. Your children probably go to an RN school that probably ain't cheap. Everything about your life change. No matter how much money you making, you gonna do equivalent to that in how you motherfucking live at the end of the motherfucking day. Y'all get on here. I always want to talk some shit about everything, and this folks' rights is fucked up behind it. I wish I can get me some. And everybody who is being affected by that shit, baby, and you get up and go to work every day to try to see about you and your 5 children like that bitch said, you should have stopped having children at baby number 2. But you had 5 so you knew what you were getting yourself in. Bitch, fuck you. Shut up. You don't know everybody's motherfucking story. Y'all hoes kill me. I can't stand some of y'all. I'ma say this. I'm sorry to everybody who being affected by this. If I could do anything to help you, I would. I need help my goddamn self. But I'm gonna give you my prayers, baby. I'm gonna give you my motherfucking prayers because I know how hard it is for me to walk in the store and have to get shit, groceries, and whatever else for my goddamn house. And I got 3-4 incomes in this motherfucker. So I'm sorry to y'all, but y'all hoes be doing too motherfucking much. And God gonna fix it. Because, see, Trump ain't motherfucking God. And when you believe he ain't bring you this for to leave you now, y'all got to know that it's going to be okay. We know how to survive. We, us, these people, we know how to survive. We'll be fine. Fuck they talking about.